Janesville. Welcome to Park Place Views, brought to you by the City of Janesville and JATV Media Services. I'm your host, Molly Nolte, and I'm the Management Information Specialist in the City Manager's Office. This monthly program aims to keep Janesville residents informed by highlighting the people, places, events, and partners in the City of Janesville. On last month's episode, I met with Steve Pufall, the Superintendent of the School District of Janesville, who shared information about the 2019-2020 school year, the Janesville Promises, and the great work being done with Janesville students. In case you missed it, past episodes of Park Place Views are available to watch on the city's website or JATV's YouTube channel. On this month's episode, I get to catch up with the Director of Janesville Transit System, Becca Smith. Becca began working with the City of Janesville in 2003 as the Community Information Specialist. From 2007 to 2013, she served as Management Assistant in the City Manager's Office. In 2013, Becca was promoted to Assistant Director of JTS, and in 2015, she became Transit Director. Becca holds bachelor's degrees in Public Administration and Political Science from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse and a master's in Public Administration from the University of Kansas. She's also a Wisconsin Certified Public Manager. Becca, thank you for being here today and giving our viewers the opportunity to learn all things JTS.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Becca, it's been a couple years since you've been on the show, and we welcome you back. You've worked with JTS for about 6 years now. What would you say is the most rewarding part of your job?
I would say one of the things I enjoy most about my job is getting to meet different riders and community members. Recently here at JTS we invited a high school student to come to our Transit Services Center, and it was just a really neat experience getting to meet him, his teacher, his family, his friends, and his parents. It was a really neat experience.
And I remember seeing those pictures. We had some of those on the city's Facebook page, and people just loved seeing the interaction between the people at JTS and this young man and his love for the transit system. So that was really nice, and I can see why that's so rewarding for you. For those of us who might not know a whole lot about public transit, can you kind of walk us through the way it operates? For example, how many buses do we have at JTS?
Sure. The City of Janesville owns 17 full-size buses. We employ about 35 people. 15 full-time bus drivers. We're budgeted for 8 part-time bus drivers, and we also have 8 staff on the maintenance side of JTS.
So that seems like a fairly big staff. You said about 35 employees. Does that make you fully staffed, or are you hiring right now?
We actually are hiring right now. We have openings on the maintenance side of the house as well as part-time bus driver positions. So anyone who's interested in a career with the City of Janesville, I encourage you to visit the city website and complete an application. At JTS, you do not have to have commercial driving experience or a CDL to be considered. People with very clean driving records and high quality customer service experience will be considered. And we do offer paid training to get your CDL license, as well as we will pay for your CDL test and your CDL license.
That's amazing. I never knew that about JTS. I didn't know that you'd offered the CDL training portion. I know people do tend to ask that question, so that's great to know. When it comes to new things at JTS, I hear there are going to be some very big developments with Janesville Transit. So, Becca, walk us through some of those exciting new developments.
Oh yes, we're very excited. In the month of October, we'll be taking receipt of 6 new transit buses. These transit buses will have more ADA accessibility than our current fleet, will be significantly more energy efficient with the fuel that it uses, and will have a redesigned exterior look. So we're very excited to have those. And these buses will replace vehicles from 2002 and 2006. So needless to say, we're in a position where we're very, very ready and excited to accept them.
Mm-hmm. It seems like 2002 and 2006 weren't that long ago, but really when you think about driving the same car since 2002, you know, most people would be ready for an upgrade, and the buses travel, I think, a lot more miles than the average person's car does. So how exciting for us to be getting new buses. I've ridden on a lot of JTS's buses, and I think they're really nice, but certainly time for an upgrade. So that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And with these new buses, I'm sure our riders will be, expecting maybe some new technology or some modern amenities added in. What does JTS have planned for that?
Yes, so right now we are in the midst of procuring an annunciation system. So this new system will allow riders on the bus to see a visual display of upcoming bus stops and also hear a audible display of upcoming bus stops. So if a person isn't familiar with Janesville or they have a hearing or vision impairment, this system will be able to allow those riders to kind of understand where they are within the transit system. This project will also include a customer app. This will be the first app the City of Janesville has had, and the app will include where the buses are in real time as well as estimated arrival times. So we're really excited to bring that technology to Janesville.
And just kind of as a side question, is that technology common around this area, or is this going to be something that's kind of a big deal for Rock County?
Sure. So while having real-time bus location is common throughout the country, especially at very large transit systems, having the customer app and the annunciation system for a system our size is something that the Janesville residents can really feel proud about. We're very excited to bring it to Janesville.
That's good. Great. So let's talk a little bit about maybe budget and funding. How are JTS's operations funded? Does it all come from bus fares?
Sure. So JTS is funded through a few different vehicles, shall we say. We receive state and federal operating assistance from the state of Wisconsin and the Federal Transit Administration. We also collect fares or revenue, so anytime someone boards the bus, they pay a fare to ride. And we also receive City of Janesville general fund dollars to make the transit system work.
That makes sense. State and federal funding, I'm sure, is really important when it comes to keeping our fleet rolling. So good to know. Since it's been a couple years since we've had you in the studio, Becca, have the routes for JTS changed in those last couple years?
Sure. In 2017, we undertook a year-long planning process where we examined all of our routes and examined options for changes. And then in July of 2018, we implemented updated routes with some minor tweaks for efficiency and customer service needs.
How has that been working out? Do you feel like riders are getting used to the new routes and everything's kind of still making sense for everybody?
Yes, I would say things are going very well. You know, there weren't major changes to the routes, just small updates and tweaks trying to get people closer to the places they want to be and keep the timeliness and efficiency going. And so we were really excited to implement those last summer.
Great. And when those routes changed, did anything change with the bus stops? I noticed as I drive through the city that the signs look a little bit different. So what changes took place with those?
Also, in the summer of 2018, we implemented bus stop only transit service. So that means citizens can exit or board the bus at our defined bus stops. And as part of that process, we also redesigned and installed brand new bus stop signs. So our new bus stop signs are larger and also ADA accessible. We've been bus stop only now for more than a year, and things have been going really well.
Good. There's another opportunity for folks who might not be riders to utilize JTS, and that's for our business owners. As you notice the bus is driving through the city, you'll see their advertising on the outside of the bus. So can you talk to us a little bit about how, if I was interested as a business owner, how would I go through that process?
Sure. So JTS does offer advertising on the exterior of the buses. So any business or organization who has interest in advertising throughout Janesville is welcome to contact JTS or contact directly our ad broker.
Perfect. And I had mentioned at the beginning of the program that the 2019-2020 school year has just kicked off, and a lot of our students in the community ride JTS. So what kind of special services does JTS offer our kids?
Sure. So one of the things we offer during the academic year is extra service routes. So before and after school, we deploy additional routes to help us with our peak demand. Those routes either begin or end right at the middle and high schools here in town, which makes it very convenient for parents or students who want to make sure they can get to and from school easily. Also, we offer in partnership with the school district youth tokens as well as a semester pass program. Youth tokens provide all middle and high school students half-price rides for any purpose all year long, as long as they buy their tokens at their school. And then likewise, if there are students that have a great need for riding JTS or really want that convenience factor, we also offer a semester pass program. Parents can pay one time and have transportation for any reason for their students all semester long.
Perfect. That makes a lot of sense. And it should come as no surprise to our viewers that Janesville has some wonderful bike trails, miles and miles of great trails in the city. So if I'm riding my bike, but then I want to utilize JTS, is that something I can do?
Absolutely. JTS really is all about multimodal transportation. So our city buses do have bike racks. Anyone who wants to bring their bike on board may do so free of charge. They just simply need to give us a call first to get certified so that we know that they are knowledgeable and safe on how to board their bike.
Perfect. That's how convenient is that?
Yes.
Well, we're just about running out of time. I want to make sure I give you the opportunity to cover everything you'd like to before we close out for today.
Oh, sure. Well, I've been a city employee for over 16 years here at the city of Janesville, and getting to be part of a team here at the city who does so many good things for the citizens of Janesville is just something that I'm really proud of, and I feel very much honored to be Janesville Transit Director, and I'm just thankful you were able to invite me here today.
And we really appreciate you being here, updating us on JTS. I can't wait to see the new buses. Looking forward to maybe some special events where the public can come together and see those new buses and some of the new options that all that technology and modern amenities will bring to JTS. So thank you again for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
If you have questions for Becca Smith or want more information about JTS, I know she and her staff would be happy to hear from you. Refer to the contact information here, or you can always find it online. Thank you, Becca, for your time today and for talking to us about all things JTS. I can't wait to ride the new buses and see all the new technology that we'll be using too. And as always, thank you viewers at home for tuning in. In addition to tuning in to this monthly program, stay connected to the City of Janesville by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can also sign up to receive emails with our press releases and other important information. And you can subscribe to get emergency alerts from the Janesville Police Department on Nixle. For Park Place Views and the City of Janesville, I'm Molly Nolte. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next month.